it's Zaya, and we are on day 19. We are... I lost my train of thought. Why does this always happen to me? We are looking at my meal planner system today. Okay, let's start with the stickers. I have a sticker release book, and what we're going to be doing is we are going to be using stickers from any sticker company that we want. I believe the majority of them will probably be the Coffee Monsters Co., Whimsy, which is a sticker company from the Philippines, and most likely Hubman and Chub Girl, because I do have a lot of food stickers from those sticker companies specifically. I do have a tentative grocery list over here on the side, but let's just go ahead and get into these books. Now, I was waiting for my Hemlock and Oak orders to arrive, which is what kind of postponed this video a little bit. These are, I think they're A5 size or tool, or what would be considered 8-disc inserts from Hemlock and Oak. I have them in 2 separate books. I think it goes from June, like January to June, and then July to December. So this one over here is the second half of the year. We're just gonna go ahead and place that one over to the side. This cover, I got this off of Amazon. These discs are Happy Planner discs. I have not started writing in my 2026 goals here, but we have plenty of time still. Don't worry about it. I do have 2 different types of inserts in here. I have the daily ones, and then I have this monthly and yearly calendars one. All right, on this first section, we're going to be using Zig dot markers any days I don't cook food at home. So let's talk about that for a second. If I have breakfast and lunch at home, but then I go out to eat or I order something and it's not a home cooked meal, I'm going to count that as eating out or not home cooked. So I'm not going to be tracking, you know, every single, was it breakfast? Was it lunch? Was it dinner? No, it's just, I'm trying to give myself grace when it comes to that. You know, I don't need to track everything. Not every aspect of my life needs to be tracked. It's just, you know, am I eating out a lot or am I eating at home? Simple. This or that. 2027 side, I'm not quite sure. I do need to have or create a vision board, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting it on this page or what exactly to do with this page. Undetermined. Now this one, I'm really excited. Okay, I put into ChatGPT, give me 55 different countries, and it can be in any random order. And it gave me a list of 55 unique countries. And these are the countries that if you watched my recipe book, you would know that I have a list of a whole bunch of different recipes or foods or dishes or meals to try from countries from around the world, because this section is where I'm going to be keeping track of that. Oh my goodness. I hope you cannot hear that. I just had a hiccup. Okay, let's do, for an example, Mexico. All right, let's say I want to cook a dish from Mexico. Let's say flan. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and say, you know what, in January, I'm choosing, now there are 4, I don't count the first or the last box really. So I'm saying there's 4 recipes here. Essentially, I need to at least do a minimum of 4 within that month, but I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway because there might be some months where I'm not at home or I'm just not feeling it. So I have 55 recipes here, but the goal is 48. So what we have as a plan is, let's say, like I mentioned, Mexico. Say I choose Mexico to make a dish in January. I will write down Mexico, and then I will color in or circle or dot the day that I cook that dish. The goal is to have 48 unique dishes. And you're probably thinking, but Zaya, why did you choose 55 countries? Because there may be a possibility that I get a country or a dish or a set of dishes that I'm not feeling like cooking, or maybe the ingredients are hard to get because your girl is picky. And so I do want to try to make the dishes as authentic as possible. And if you have any suggestions of where I can find certain dishes from these countries, I would love to know, love to find out if there's certain YouTubers that make those dishes, or another way for me to find dishes from these countries. Please link it down below. I want to watch. All right, over here on this side, we are going to be keeping track of my favorite meal for the day. I'm just going to write, maybe my favorite meal of the day was a Honeycrisp apple. Maybe I was craving an apple, and I'll just write in Honeycrisp apple. Simple, easy, it's whatevs. It's kind of like an index, but not really. And then down here, I'm going to focus in on learning more about nutrition. And I want to have this area saved for a nutrition lesson. So this is quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. We have our holidays over here, which, I don't really need. The holidays that really do me in are Christmas, my birthday, and I guess Thanksgiving, maybe Easter. But we don't eat that bad. It's just I personally have problems with portion control. So let's get into January here. Okay, I don't know what to do on this monthly section. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. I did think of maybe doing a water tracker, where I just write down 4 and then have like a sticker of a water bottle just to symbolize I drank 4 bottles of water, kind of to see it as an overall view, but I'm not sure. And then I have this list over here on the side. Another thing I'm not sure about. If you have any suggestions, I could do this as a meal plan, but I don't know. Kind of like how I'm a mood reader, I'm kind of a mood eater. If I have a craving for something, I kind of tend to go towards that. And then all of our monthly pages do come with a page on the back, which I'm thinking I might use as a place to have a monthly assessment. So currently I have all of the months together, but what I will do or end up doing is putting the week or the daily pages in here to make it so they're not all clunked up. All right, but I need to do tabs and stuff. If we look here on the daily pages, this is the same layout I'm going to be using for my memory keeper, but this one is dated. My memory keeper is not. We haven't gotten to that video. It is going to be happening later today. And I also have my pets planner video coming up later today also. Okay, so on the focus, that's where I was thinking, I don't know. I could do protein, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'm at the point where tracking macros is my thing. I've tried tracking calories before and it just wasn't working for me. I get discouraged and then I stop. I'm trying to, when I started this journey, I started just this whole entire year of 2025, I just started by taking pictures of my food or my drinks. If it was something I was going to consume, I took a picture of it, and that's where I started. And I need to start out simple and not overdo it and then get overwhelmed and want to quit. So if you have any idea of what I could put for intentions or focus, I can also change those titles, of course. On this side, I want to mark down, here's like an example where my grocery list is on the other side. I want to track the meals that I'm eating. I'm thinking I could highlight these or kind of use like a marker, like kind of like the zig dot markers or the tombos, and then write in if I was fasting. And fasting for me is, I don't know why, but I just don't like eating in the morning. I'm not a breakfast person. I've never really been, but I'm just kind of curious as to when are the times that I get hungry or have certain cravings. I could also put in here, I'm going to be tracking my food here. I'm going to completely ignore these little check boxes. But one of the things that I have noticed for me specifically is that in all my years, all my 37 years, I've never known this. I am a binge eater when it comes to the few days before my period and also a few days before my ovulation. And so it's something that I'm keeping an eye on. And I want somewhere to track that, but I'm not really sure because I don't want it to trigger a binging episode or trigger a craving issue. I'm not sure how to track that. If you have any ideas, please let me know. But I also do want to do water tracking to see when it is that I am drinking water. I'm just not sure how I also want to track that. So yeah, this is my meal planning system. And as I mentioned, this is going all the way to June. And if you have a meal planner or a meal tracker video, I would love to watch it. And I am very thankful that you are here today. I know it was not a very long video, but we're not in 2026 yet. You will be seeing more of this planner on the on the channel in the regular lineup, but we have to get into the year first before I can even use it. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing this one again until we are in January. But I hope you'll stick around, join the channel, because later on today, as I mentioned, we are going to be looking at my pets planner and my memory journal. All right, bye friends.